So it's too early to even start speculating about what caused this accident, but the investigators will do everything they can to find out. They'll do a meticulous search of the area. They've got the black box apparently, might be slightly damaged, but their black boxes are so well crash-proofed that they should be able to get the information they require out of it, and hopefully when they do, we'll have all the answers, but at the moment it's just too early to say. Yes, one of the interesting aspects to this is the fact that it started off at 38,000 feet and then it took 8 minutes for it to make impact with the mountains. That equates to a rate of descent of about 4,000 feet per minute. Now that's not particularly unusual. It's slightly faster than a normal approach into land, for example, for an A320. But I've flown an A320 and you can descend it at least double that speed if you really want to get down. And the fact that it maintained its heading, its track, it didn't seem to deviate left or right. So it seemed to be in a fairly stable condition, a stable rate of descent and a stable heading all the way down to impact with the ground. That's one of the things the accident investigators will be looking at and getting us the answers. Well, one of the biggest questions surrounding this accident is why there are no radio calls from the cockpit. First, when you have an incident, you fly the airplane, then you make sure it's going in a safe direction, and then you communicate. Why that didn't happen? We've got to leave that to the accident investigators to find out. The A320 has one of the safest records, it's one of the safest aircraft on record. It's considered to be a bit of a workhorse of the sky because it is so good. I've flown it, it's a very solid aircraft, it's well made, all the flight control systems are well designed. It's a pleasure to fly, so it's got a very good safety record, the A320. The aircraft, there are over 6,000 of them flying at the moment and the order books are still full. So it's a very, very popular aircraft, it's very versatile, and I would have no qualms about flying one tomorrow. Yeah, the route, from what I've seen, looks to be a fairly normal route. I've flown over that part of the Alps many, many times, so there's nothing abnormal about the route it was taking, as far as I can tell. And indeed, it was in air traffic control. It was in contact with air traffic control up until its cruising altitude of 38,000 feet. So I don't think there was anything odd about that. There have been a lot of accidents, aircraft accidents reported in the press over the last year, but statistically, the figures have just been released, that last year was one of the safest, if not the safest, year for flying. There were the fewest hull losses last year. So statistically, flying an aircraft is still one of the safest forms of transport, and it's getting safer.